Hi, my name is Karen, and I am the co-founder of Animal Aid USA. I wanted to take a little bit of time to explain exactly what we do and how many animals we've saved through our efforts. Every 28 days, we travel from New Jersey to Georgia and rescue an average of about 250 to 300 animals. We've developed a self-contained relocation model in which we have a team of receiving rescues who all pick from our death row lists, and then they adopt the animals out that they've picked through us. We fully fund the entire operation. So basically, our receiving rescues are getting fully vetted, adoptable dogs delivered to their doorsteps at no charge to them. Since we've started in 2011 with Animal Aid, we've rescued over 16,000 animals. Now, in that 16,000 animals, of course, every one of them are special to us. But every once in a while comes along a story that is so gut-wrenching that it just stays with you forever. And this is one of those stories. Back in February of 2015, we were asked if we would come on board and help with a hoarding situation down in a very, very rural part of Georgia. And so, of course, we jumped on the opportunity because we're really the only outlet that most of these animals have down there. So we drove through the night from New Jersey and arrived in Olvada, Georgia, which is in the middle of nowhere. And what we came upon in the middle of hell for animals was something that you couldn't even imagine out of your worst nightmare. There were thousands and thousands of rats, dead, alive, animals that were there for years and years and years, spinning off their cages and had gone absolutely cage crazy. There were dogs with open wounds, oozing, pus, you name it. It was absolutely something that even a seasoned rescuer or professional could not even deal with. It was bad enough that these animals had lived like this for years, under the care or lack of care of two people. One of them apparently had emotional issues. But then we stumbled upon puppies, and, the ones that had been there for years, other than helping them and vetting them and, trying to get them out of there, the puppies and all of the young ones were the ones that were really, really bad to deal with, because you knew if we didn't take these dogs and puppies, that was the life that they were going to be destined to live. And it's something that we couldn't bear the thought of. At the same time, a very close core team member of ours had a girlfriend by the name of Kathy, and Kathy had been looking, along with her daughter Amanda, to adopt a puppy that kind of looked like a St. Bernard, because sadly they had just lost their St. Bernard. And ironically enough, one of the puppies that were at this hell for animals looked like a little St. Bernard puppy, and the puppy's name, we named the puppy Dakota. There was a litter of 3, and we were there to help and take as many as we could, but then it turned violent with the caretaker and his assistant not allowing us to take animals. Now, mind you, there was no running water, they had no food, they were performing homemade operations on these animals. It was absolutely the worst experience of my life. We were not going to leave this puppy behind, and so we had plotted and planned on how we were going to get this puppy out of there. We actually were able to talk them into allowing us to take that puppy along with several others and several other dogs and do the vetting, but not before they threatened to go inside and get guns to come out and shoot us all. So, long story short, we were able to take these puppies, we were able to take some dogs, and we were able to get out safely without being killed. And so we took the dogs and puppies to our property and home base location in Blackshear, Georgia. where we did the vetting and we got them ready for the next trip down, which would have been in 4 weeks. We don't typically take dogs or puppies right from a situation or right from a shelter. They stay at our property where they're vetted, and then they come up with us. So while all of this was happening and we had the puppies and the dogs safely at our place, the friend of Joan's, Kathy, was very serious about adopting this puppy, Dakota. And her daughter, Amanda, her only child, filled out part of the application for Dakota. Well, that night, after they half filled out the application, Amanda went out with her friends, because she was a student at the University of Delaware. So she went out with her and her friends, and the application sat at their house unfinished. Amanda never came home. She was killed by a drunk driver that night. Now, why am I so upset and why am I crying? I'm a mother, and although I don't know this woman, I'm a mother. I couldn't imagine getting that phone call, but it happened. So never in a million years did we think that Kathy would go through with this adoption, because I'm sure that was the last thing on her mind. But lo and behold, it wasn't the last thing on her mind, because apparently once they went through the burial and the funeral and the viewing, and it didn't take too long before Kathy reached out and said that she still wanted to go ahead and adopt the puppy because it's something that Amanda would have wanted. And so she went ahead and adopted Dakota, which she then changed the name to Macan. Macan is the name of a Porsche that Amanda had always wanted and dreamed of. So, with that being said, the story doesn't end there. Macan, or Mac, went on to live with Kathy. And it's one of those things where you say, who saved who? I mean, we're going to Georgia every 28 days to save animals, but when we think about it, are we saving them or are they saving us? So with Kathy having something in her life that she can actually hug, that's tangible, and something that she was creating with her daughter Amanda, she seemed to be doing okay for a little bit. And then time went on. Of course, after the funerals are done and after the viewings are done and everybody leaves and all that food that's been sent from the community and support, that all goes away, and then you're left with yourself and your thoughts and your memories. And thankfully, a little puppy. So Kathy's life went on, although I don't know how it could ever go on, but it did for as much as it could. And just recently we were down in Georgia, and Joan, who is notorious for doing the live Facebook feeds, was doing a Facebook feed with one of our load up days, and Kathy was watching it. And Kathy reached out to Joan while we were loading up, and she was very, very distraught, and she was really going through a tough time with her grief process. Now, mind you, this was a year later. And she was just grief-stricken, and she said, I think it's time now for me to come on a trip to Georgia with your crew, because this is what Amanda would want. And so she picked December. And so she's picking the December caravan to come on with us, which is amazing. It will change your life. She'll be able to see where the puppy came from and all the people that were involved in the puppy's rescue. And hopefully it'll be somewhat healing to her. In memory of Amanda, we decided that we were going to take one of our vans and completely wrap it with graphics. And the idea took off. Kathy has no idea what she's driving into Georgia. She just knows she's getting in one of our vans and coming with us. So the van is designed and created. I had visions of what I wanted it to look like, and the graphic artists over at Designer Wrap in Millville were absolutely incredible at bringing my vision to life. They took all of my ideas and they they put it in an art form on the van. The back of the van is an actual picture of our van going over the Delaware Memorial Bridge. The whole theme of this van is the Rainbow Bridge. We know that's a place where, after our animals die, they go to. And I swear that's the heaven I'm going to, the Rainbow Bridge. And we also connect the Delaware Memorial Bridge that we come over every 28 days with hundreds of animals to the bridge of life, the bridge of safety, the bridge for everything, the bridge of freedom. And so what a better idea for a rainbow bridge than a picture of the Delaware Memorial Bridge. And so the Delaware Memorial Bridge is in this graphic on the back of our van. And our artist actually put pictures of Amanda with the 3 dogs of hers that had died. The entire caravan is named the Amanda's Angels Caravan. And so on December 8th, when we depart for Georgia, Kathy and her sister and her friend will be at our house, and like I said, she has no idea that she's going to be riding in a van that's completely covered with pictures of her daughter and pictures of many, many animals that have died. People have sponsored their animals on the side of the vans. So it should be really, really overwhelming as a mom. I can't imagine as a mom losing your child. I have one child, like Kathy has. And so we'd really like this captured on film when she sees the van and sees exactly what she's driving in. I hope it brings her some type of comfort. Although it'll never bring Amanda back. She'll be traveling with angels and will be very well protected on the ride down and back with probably about 300 more lives. So that's our story. It's one of 16,000 stories. I really hope that we can share this story. Thank you. For more information about our cause, it's animalaidusa.org. Thank you so much.